Ready when you are.
First of all, thank you all for being here. What an experience, great venue. Really appreciated the support from the fans, talking to us prior to the game. Really put us in a situation to be able to go out there and feel comfortable in the environment. I think things started out very well. I think our first three batters, we had 2 runs on the board, runner at second base. We were able to chase their starter by the 3rd inning. I don't think we had given up a hit going into the 4th. And then things kind of fell apart for us on the mound. I can't remember the last time that we've walked 10 batters and hit 2. Very uncharacteristic of our club. I think it was a good game to the 5th inning, and then we knew going in that Arkansas is probably the only team that we've played all year that sees more pitches per plate appearance than we do. I think they're 3.98, we're 3.92. Really good job being patient, getting their pitch. We were unable to get the count into our favor to stay ahead in the count, and they made us pay for it. A couple home runs, and then once again the walk totals. Proud of my team to continue to compete, score late. It's what we do. We fight to the finish, and we're looking forward to tomorrow, whoever we play.
All right, we'll take questions for student athletes. Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Bob, go ahead.
Coach said you guys had a really good first inning and end up getting howled out of the game pretty quick. What'd you think of the job McIntyre did for Arkansas?
Yeah, he's coming and throwing strikes. He's getting ahead in counts for the most part, and that's all you can ask probably from their side of it. I thought we were having good at bats, swinging the good pitches, and sometimes just how the ball rolls. He was just trying to do his part for his team, and did a good enough job today. But it's something you gotta compartmentalize and take it on the chin and move on.
Arkansas, they're 31-4 at home now. Even though you guys jumped out on them early, got their starter out. Just how tough do you feel like that they are to beat here?
I mean, I wouldn't say more than any other team. It's obviously the atmosphere was awesome. It was it's one of a kind here. It's a special thing for sure. But we just didn't do enough today. Offensively or defensively. It's just it's a matter of statistics. It's not getting outside ourselves. I thought everyone was kind of comfortable in the environment. Maybe took a couple innings, but it's just we just didn't do enough. It's is what it is. Got to move on.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, what about the emotions of the game? Getting up early, kind of having some momentum. What was it like, kind of the roller coaster of emotions today?
Yeah. I mean, as a team, we always talk about not riding the waves too much. It's, we're going to score, they're going to score, they're going to strike out, we're going to strike out. It's baseball. And obviously 11,000 fans, you come out and punch them in the mouth. It's a good feeling, but in the back of your mind, it's not, you got a whale of a way to go. It's first inning. I don't ride the waves too much. Obviously we're excited, but I don't think that had anything to do with, trying to get out ahead of ourselves, trying to do too much. It was just, not riding the waves, like I said, just taking one thing at a time.
I'm assuming Jared's in here starting tomorrow, maybe.
Jared is a candidate for tomorrow. As I explained, we feel comfortable with about 8 or 9 guys. So we've got 3 more starters depending on TCU, Arizona. They're a little different. So we've got a left-hander waiting, but also possibly Jared tomorrow. But like I told my team today, all hands on deck. We'll do whatever we've got to do. But yeah, Jared's a possible candidate to start tomorrow.
You guys use a lot of arms today. I mean, what if you do get the start? Just kind of maybe what your mission would be tomorrow.
Today, we didn't get beat by the other hitters. We beat ourselves. So I'd say the biggest thing tomorrow is trust your stuff, go after the hitters, and know you can get them out.
Wow. Yeah, Michael, Rusty was talking about Arkansas's patience, and you guys are really patient too. I know you're not obviously not pitching, but when you're out there in center field, kind of what you think of their bats and their offense, and just the way they seem to be able to string runs together in different innings.
Yeah, it's a great offense. Can't deny that they wait for their pitch like we try to do, and our guys are grinding out there. You're one of the things we say is you're out there on the mountain with that guy every single pitch, whether it's going right or it's going wrong, and you can't help but you're just pulling for your guy, and when it's not going great, you're just saying, one pitch at a time, man, pound zone, do what you can and compete your tail off, because, everyone on our team's been in that situation before. And, just hoping that they're, able to at least execute on what they're trying to do, not trying to get too outside themselves or pitched to a specific team, just doing their thing. But, like I said, it's, definitely a good offense. And I think we're very similar in the way that we wait for ours and try to make it hurt when we do, when we get ours. So. Yeah.
Any more questions for student athletes? Fellas, thank you. Good job. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
You can get on the bus. All right, we'll open it up for questions for Coach Filter. Andrew, lead us off.
Had 8 hits against McIntyre and only 2 strikeouts. But what were you seeing in those innings that stopped you guys from maybe stringing some of that success together and really turning the tide in the game?
Yeah, I think the tail of the tape, so to speak, of can you make a pitch when you have to? And I think what he did is he's got that cut fastball, throws the curveball, tries to elevate the fastball with 2 strikes, and his execution was really good early on. We were able to get guys in position. We just, couldn't win the spot. And he was able to do that. They made some great plays defensively. The shortstop went in the hole and, damn near did the splits and still made the play. So, I think our guys, the first time through, you don't see that combination of cutter curveball very often. And, I think once they got through the lineup one time, we were able to put better swings on it. We just couldn't get the hit to score the runs. That's all it was.
And then Kitchen gave you 3 innings, didn't allow any hits, but obviously had, the command was coming and going. Just what'd you see out of him? And, how tough was it to pull a pitcher who hadn't allowed a hit at that point?
Yeah. So, 5 walks through 3 1/3, I think through 3. The inning before had gotten a little bit, bases loaded. We're in a situation, 1 big hit by them. They could possibly take the lead. So Skylar Hales has been a guy that we've gone to the entire year in all situations. I had already had him warmed up. I wasn't going to warm him up again and not bring him in. So first sign of trouble was the leadoff walk. I think Kitchen had walked 3 of the last 4 batters. So, as his ball starts to elevate, he has a hard time getting it back down. So I felt like it was the right decision and it didn't work out. Skylar came in, got a strikeout, runner on first with 1 out. Very rarely do we see him give up a 5 spot from that situation. They did a really good job, battled with some fastballs in. They were able to get, a couple of balls kind of just between the outfielder and infielder. The DH came up with the bases loaded, full count, hits a single, they score 3. Momentum shifts right then. And at that point, we needed to kind of shut it down. We were unable to do that.
Single you're just referring to, look like your center fielder almost had it. Look at me, he broke back and then was running in. But what'd you see on that plan? I know he's batting almost 500 with the bases loaded. I don't know what you think about, I guess, him as a clutch hitter, scouting the team.
Yeah, that's just a tough play, a new park. I mean, a big swing and not much contact. And, Coleman Brigman has been a great defensive player for us all year. Came in and, had to dive for it, almost caught it, did break back and then broke in to make the play. And unfortunately was not able to get there. But that's what good teams do. I mean, good teams find ways that aren't normal to score runs. A walk, 3 flares, and you put up a 4 spot. That's what good teams do. You have to make better pitches in those situations, and we were unable to do that today.
There was traffic on the bases, but they didn't get a hit. I'm guessing they're probably frustrated. Their top of their lineup had been sort of struggling, but it just seemed like the dam broke. Kind of what you see in that 5th inning. Just feel like after that they were playing more confident at the plate.
We didn't pitch well enough. I didn't see anything on there. We didn't do what we do. That's what I saw.
Coach, 6th inning, 5-3 game. Arkansas trying to put down a bunt, get the 2 strikes, and then they hit a home run. How big did you feel that was to maybe the way the game went?
Yeah, those are always situations where you're basically in a situation to try to take the out, right? And I think we had gotten behind in the count, got it back in. He took one, then fouled one off, and then we left the pitch up and over the plate, and he was able to hit the home run. So when you just gain, it's just momentum. In that spot. Our left-hander was in. You after the 2-hole guy, you've got 2 lefties back to back. We feel like with 1 out, runner at second base, we're in a pretty good spot to be able to control the inning. Now, obviously, that's the thought process. It doesn't always go that way, but unfortunately, we left the ball up and out over the plate. Was not where it was supposed to be, and You know, he had a line drive home run the opposite field. I didn't know if it was going to get out, but it did. It looked like it caught that net in the bullpen. So definite momentum change for them. I think at that point, that was a big play in the game.
Coach Clara looked to have his velocity where it was he not locating the way he normally does, or were they hitting some good pitches?
Yeah, I don't think they squared him up. His location was a little bit up. You know, he didn't land a slider like normal, but you know, once we get in that situation, he gets to around 35 pitches. You know, I got to think about Sunday, Monday, you know, those type of things. So at that point, you know, also, you know, knowing what Arkansas has in their bullpen. I mean, I know what they have down in that bullpen. That game gets close, it could be different guys. So, you know, kind of felt like at that point, I have to make a decision, and decided to take him out to be able to have him for Sunday.
So clearly, Hoffman could come back tomorrow, possibly.
Who's that?
Hoffman, the other.
Uh,
Sorry, I got the wrong reliever.
Hammond?
Hammond.
Yes. Oh yeah. Hammond can come back. Yeah, that was real uncharacteristic of him. You know, he's a strike thrower with a good breaking ball, and it just didn't go his way today.
Hey, hopefully it's a little more pleasant, lighter note. I heard your mom lives here in Arkansas, maybe near Harrison. She was in a skybox today, and just wondering how good is it to have your mom at the game, and what's her name, and where exactly does she live?
Yeah, it's Pat Filter's my mother. She lives in Harrison, Arkansas. Her and my father were there. My father passed away about 3 years ago. Worked on a cattle farm there, so we're pretty familiar with the people in these parts. I didn't tell you that early on, but it's really nice to have my mom be able to come to the game. Obviously, she is a Rusty Filter fan first. She loves her Hogs, man. She loves football. She loves baseball. I mean, you know, she's all about it. So I think it was nice. Probably, you know, for her, you know, wanted us to win, but you know, yeah, just a great experience. And thank you for bringing that up. That was a special moment for me.
Questions for Coach? Coach, thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.